Old Dougie Ducote is a MAGA man. Morons and gullible assholes. Oh yeah, Dougie's down with that MAGA stuff. You see, old Dougie wraps his masculinity, his tough guy persona up into the orange shit stain in the White House. So Dougie's mind, yeah, to be a man, you gotta be online with old Trump. Yeah, that's how Dougie does it. So Dougie, he peacocks around. He struts in front of his clown posse. They tell him how great he is. And then when you point out to Dougie that we're in the middle of a damn pandemic with 160,000 dead, losing another 1,000 or so every day, and it's because his orange shit stain in the White House ignored it. His incompetence, saying, oh yeah, it's a hoax. It's going to go away magically. China's the one that did it to us. Yeah. So Dougie, to keep the illusion going in his mind that he's a tough he-man, he has to back the old orange shit stain. But that's how old Dougie does it. Whatever he's got to do to make himself feel better. And old Trumpo's pushing our kids back into schools in the middle of a pandemic. And he says, well, you know, a few kids are going to have to die for this, but, you know, they need to be patriotic and sacrifice themselves. How about it with your kid, Dougie? How about if your kid's number come up? Huh? How about your kid's number come up? Your kid has to die for Trumpo. But old Dougie, I'm sure, would think, oh, that's right. He'll be at his kid's funeral and say, sorry, my child, but, you know, sacrifices had to be made. So nice of you to join us for a while, but, you know, we gotta sacrifice for Trump. How about that, Dougie? Would you want your child sacrificed for your orange buffoon? Of course not, you know, because that's your kid. But what you don't think about, Dougie, is there's other parents out there that's got kids. So why should they have to sacrifice their child for Trumpo when you're not going to do it for yourself? How come you're not going to sacrifice your child, Dougie? Because that's what you're saying. You're saying, yep, got to believe old Trumpo, you know, that those kids going to have to sacrifice themselves because they can't stay at home anymore in the middle of a pandemic. So some other family has to bury their child. It's just fine with Dougie. But he draws the line when it's his own kid, don't you, Dougie? So that's the way old Dougie does it. He peacocks around for his clown posse, and they tell him how great he is. Dougie pats himself on the back, says, oh, he's a great American hero. And all along, Dougie's idea and illusion of masculinity is supporting the old Trumpo. Yeah, that's how Dougie does it. That's the way his old clown posse does it too. That just tells me, Dougie, you're weak. You're freaking weak. Because you can't look at the situation this country's in right now and honestly say, if you had any integrity, that is, how you could honestly say that, yeah, we're so much greater now after old Trumpo crashed the economy, 55 million Americans out of work. But old Dougie says, well, we got to have 4 more years of that. That just tells me you're weak, Dougie, that you can look at all the damn evidence in front of you and come out with the thought that we need 4 more years of incompetent bullshit. Because that's what it is, Dougie. It's incompetent bullshit. And you just eat it right up. So that tells me, Dougie, you're mentally weak. You're not man enough to stand up and say, you know, 160,000 dead Americans is unacceptable. Losing 1,000 people a day is unacceptable. You're not man enough to stand up and say that, Dougie, and you're damn sure not man enough to put the blame where the blame should be, right on your lying orange shit stains desk. You're not man enough to do that, Dougie. You're not man enough to put the blame where the blame should be. Instead, you just ignore it and then tell us how bad those Democrats are. Yeah. You've got no integrity, Douglas Ducote, and you're not a man. You're just a sheep. So when Trump said he could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and kill somebody and not lose any votes, he's not complimenting you, Dougie. He's telling you you're a dumbass. But you're not smart enough to pick up on that, are you? MAGA. Morons and gullible assholes.